Welcome to Expose the Danger. I'm Bill Kitzes, former program manager and recall advisor at the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission in Washington, D.C. I also served as chairman of the Florida Consumers Council for 14 years. The case described below is captioned Jose Roberto Aguirre versus Nissan North America, Inc. It was venued in Yolo County, California, just outside of Sacramento. The case involved sudden vehicle acceleration, resulting in a Nissan Xterra colliding with a parked semi-trailer and a concrete ramp. The collision occurred in the parking lot of a fruit and vegetable nursery and caused catastrophic injuries to Mr. Aguirre, 28 years old at the time, who had a fiancée and 2 young children. He was working full-time at the nursery, and it took more than half an hour for emergency personnel to extract him from the car. Experts at trial testifying on behalf of Jose said that driving in excess of the posted 15-mile-an-hour speed limit would be a jolting experience, and it would leave what they call witness marks on the undercarriage of the SUV, the wheels, tires, and suspension. But the experts testified there were no such marks on his SUV. At trial, it was shown that the Xterra started to accelerate on its own to up to 35 miles an hour in just 1.5 seconds. Jose testified that he reacted by applying the brakes just before the Xterra hit the ramp and the semi. There was no evidence presented at trial that Jose had mistakenly shifted his foot from the accelerator to the brake pedal and back, causing the unintended acceleration. The accelerator pedal is attached to a cable that moves the automatic speed control device as you put pressure on the pedal. But in this case, as Jose maintained low speed across the lot, the car started to accelerate on its own. So, what caused the unintended acceleration? The judge in the trial court found there was a design flaw and a defect in the model year 2000 Nissan Xterra. The edge of the arm supporting the accelerator pedal was located just a few millimeters to the left of the parking brake bracket. The accelerator pedal became trapped on the edge of the bracket, which led to the sudden acceleration. This wasn't the first case alleging sudden unintended acceleration associated with the Nissan Xterra or its companion model, the Nissan Frontier. Yet although Nissan was aware of these complaints, they failed to take substantive action to correct the defect. Nissan was aware of over 100 warranty reports prior to Jose's crash, and an additional 19 reports were made to the United States National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, but again, they failed to correct the defect. In fact, even though reports showed repairs had been made by Nissan dealerships, Nissan had no established procedure for consumers to make direct reports of such failures to Nissan corporate offices. Nissan only investigated 8 cases of sudden acceleration without driver input in their test facilities. Nissan's protocol and procedure for handling these cases did not include analysis of the speed control system or its independent components. Evidence showed that Nissan had planned to replace the mechanical speed control device with an electronic system that was already in place in other vehicles, but waited for later years for the Xterra and Frontier. Nissan had no incentive to further evaluate the mechanical system because they decided it was already outmoded and slated for replacement. In fact, by using the newer electronic system in other vehicles, Nissan claimed they were actually saving money. After Nissan installed the electronic automatic speed control device on subsequent Xterra models, there was a significant drop-off in reported incidents of sudden acceleration. In California, for a manufacturer to be liable for damages, the product must be shown to be defective when it left the company's possession. One can also prove that a design was defective because it didn't perform as safely as consumers would have expected. and you must prove that the design defect was a substantial factor in causing the harm to the consumer. Jose was diagnosed with a concussion, scalp avulsion, cervical spine fractures, and spinal cord injuries, as well as incomplete quadriplegia. He underwent many surgeries and rehabilitation efforts before being sent to a care facility where he has resided since 2014 and is expected to remain through his lifetime. His medical care has already cost upwards of $2.5 million. The judge awarded Mr. Aguirre more than $36 million in damages. The court found that Nissan was 100% liable for the damages, with no negligence on the part of Jose. The appellate court affirmed the trial court's judgment. If you've been injured by a defective consumer product or motor vehicle, please go to our website, exposethedanger.net, and click on Submit Your Story, and we will send it to the Consumer Product Safety Commission or the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration for posting on their national databases. This is Bill Kitzes reporting for Expose the Danger.